Used to work with.
Work for.
Used to work for.
Yeah.
And guy's written a book and is touring all across the country promoting the book. And he's going to be in studio with us in just a couple of minutes.
One of the craziest stories, man. It's a small world.
He really does have a very interesting story. And we're going to tell you all about him and, you know, the book and what he's doing in just a minute.
Hey, buddy. Come in? Yeah, come on in. All right. Welcome, welcome. What up, dude? Let's go. What up?
I need you to pull that microphone really close.
About a karate chop away.
Karate chop away.
There you go.
Got to be that close to that thing.
I'm not used to needing much help from microphones. Steve will Mr. Woods will tell you.
That is true.
Right. Used to rock the mic, man.
Real good. The guy taught me everything I know.
Well, Woods and Mateo worked together back in Dallas. And Mateo was your boss, right?
Yeah, Mateo, I was a sales guy at Reach Local. I started there in sales, and after about 6 months, I realized, man, I don't think I want to do this anymore. My numbers were garbage. And Mateo and I, when I interviewed with him,
internet marketing company.
Yeah, we hit it off. You know, we became friends, and I found myself kind of hanging out with his crew more than I should have, you know, been on the phone or going out and doing calls because I felt more comfortable with those guys. So Mateo came to me and he goes, "Why don't you come recruit for me?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude. I've never really recruited." Guy whipped me into a beast. A beast. I was a beast.
But what he's leaving out is the part that I caught him putting his resume together after I had gotten him the job in the first place.
Yeah.
Said, "Steve, get back here. We need to have a
chat."
Yeah,
when I was in sales, he walked by at lunch. I was in sales. I was like, "I got to get out of here." He walks by. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What? What
were you doing?"
Putting my resume together.
So Mateo's thing is that he was responsible for hiring the entire sales force that they had there. He managed the team. He was a big stockholder in the company.
Yep.
And got married, right?
I had been married pretty much right out of college, which, you know, as I write in the book, the whole institution of marriage and divorce has evolved so much in America, but, you know, kind of felt like, I think, the thing to do as much as anything else sometimes. Right. And so had been married and really had essentially, built this Rome that kind of, like a lot of us men, I think we define ourselves through our profession. Mm-hmm. After the world of sort of sports or recognition dies, you know, to a point when we graduate college or graduate into big boy and girl world, and our new playing field, I think, for men becomes this world of athletics that's the business athletics. And I became really a caricature of myself. I think like most men, or a lot of men, we become a product of our success. And we forget the very things that we crave that success for in the first place. And I really got away from my passions, values, and goals, and really, you know, transparency as a person to myself first and to the people I was accountable to, and it really cost me everything. So,
what happened?
You know, in the span of about 3 weeks, a little over a couple years ago, I essentially lost, you know, almost in order, like a chain reaction, my wife, my house, my job, my dogs, my child, metaphorically, because I wasn't able to see her for a while during all of this, a pile of money, a lot of family, a lot of friends, and a huge chunk of my soul.
In 3 weeks?
Almost literally in the span of about 3 weeks. Now, granted, some of these had been in a gradual state of erosion and decay for, in some instances, 30 years, and in some instances, months or weeks, but the sort of meltdown all pretty much hit within a couple weeks span. All this boom, boom, boom.
Do you remember what day of the week it was?
You know, it's funny. It all culminated when I sat down and actually sort of, you know, bid farewell to my professional situation at the time. It was actually Cinco de Mayo, and it kind of ruined, you know, this great Latin holiday for Mateo Marquez. You know, it kind of ruined Cinco de Mayo for me for a little bit, but I really celebrated Cinco de Mayo this year because the book is based essentially on my month of April of 2010. That was really a month of resurrection and rebirth and epiphany for me, and so I sort of celebrated this Cinco de Mayo with a little more vigor than I have ever had before, because it sort of culminated a complete circle from a real dark period to Cinco de Mayo's prior to a real positive sort of rebirthing this year. So it was really exciting.
Okay. Take this on the road.
Yep.
You hand these books out. Now, where can people get it?
So the only way to get it, because what's really cool is we're self-publishing this thing. A lot of what I go and teach to businesses is how to kind of de-third party your business and how to embrace particularly digital technology that is largely free and readily accessible to advance the ball in both your personal and professional life, and to embrace those what I call value creating partners in your life that are just a lot more obvious and easy to find now because of the internet and because of these resources. So you can buy a paperback, hardback ebook at www.thephoenixofhotelfreds.com. But I really would be more excited so you can see some of this great content we're capturing on this sort of merry pranksters with a Facebook account sort of adventure that we're on throughout the United States, and see some of the wonderful videos Chris has put together. Please put in Mateo Marquez, Mateo Marquez on Facebook, and like our page, just like we've liked your page, and we're up in there all the time. And I know we actually have a lot of people that Steve has helped migrate towards our page already. We've got some great fans from the Mikey show already on.
Absolutely, and I've it's funny to see some of our M1s writing him questions on his Facebook page, 2 months ago.
I love the M1s. Yeah. Love San Diego, and I love the M1s. And I love
great.
Woodsy, and I love you, and I love
That's
Ellen.
great.
It's all love, baby.
Thank you, Mateo. That's an interesting story, man. It really is, and
it's a good
I
read
invite people
too.
to check out the book.
It's a good read.
Cool. Don't go away. I don't know if you heard this thing about Randy Quaid, but you talk about going off the deep end. It looks